Hello, everybody, and welcome to your September TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. As you can see, I have laid out some cards on the table here, and this is to give you an idea on the spread that I'm working with this month to do your TarotScopes. And I do hope that you're going to enjoy, and I do hope it's going to give you good insight, inspiration, and guidance for the month ahead. I can't believe we're September. It really, my mind just doesn't want to comprehend and understand it. So, friends, what the way that I do the taroscopes is we start off with a theme, and I am working with the Shaman's Oracle or the Shaman Dream Oracle to give us our theme for the month ahead. And then I have got 5 cards laid out, and this month I am working with the awesome and the amazing Tarot of the Abyss. Is such a beautiful deck, and I do hope that you enjoy the artwork. So, what I've looked at is obviously there's certain areas in life that we're all curious about. There's certain areas in life that we all want a little bit of guidance and inspiration on. So, that's what I've got laid out here. So, we're going to look at romance or love, emotions. We're going to look at finances and money. We're going to look at health and well-being, and what you need to embrace and what you need to let go of for the month. So I do think, and we're going to do this for each sign of the zodiac, and I do think it's going to be really awesome, interesting reading for every single one of you. So the way that I do this is I set the intention that it works for all signs of the zodiac. So when I record Aries, I'm recording Aries for sun sign, for moon sign, and for your rising sign. So if you know what those are, you can watch all 3 of those if they happen to be 3 different ones to get the insight around your personality, your feelings and emotions, and the things that you need to be aware of for the month ahead. So all the videos for all the signs of the zodiac will be released at the same time, so you can go and immediately access exactly what you want. I will have just short links in the comments below to help you get straight to. So if you're currently watching Aries and you want to get through to Scorpio or whatever it can be, you can use the short links in the code but in the description below to help you navigate and get to your readings for the month of September. And on my YouTube channel, I will actually have a playlist per month. So I'll have a September playlist, which will make it easier for you to come back and to find exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to get straight into it. This is just the intro so that you have an understanding of the layout that I'm using. We're going to get into doing 12 separate readings, giving you the same spread, the same layout, the same understanding. And I do hope that you enjoy the readings, and I do hope that it gives you guidance and inspiration that you need to help you navigate the month of September. We do have some crazy energies around at the moment. And if you do enjoy this particular video, if this resonates with you, if this makes sense to you, please can I have a thumbs up, and don't forget a little comment below. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and do click the bell to receive notifications whenever I post videos, because videos are posted 7 days a week. You get a daily reading to give you guidance for the day. Once a week on a Friday, we do pick a card, and once a month, you do have access to the taroscopes. And then also you might want to consider joining my channel membership. There is a join button below. And if you click the channel memberships and join, there's a whole lot of interesting content that you have access to that nobody else has access to. So you may want to consider including weekly live readings with me. So if you would like to have a reading with me once a week, every week, click join now. All right, friends, let's get straight into the reading. And I do hope that you enjoy. All right, Virgo, let's get into your reading and see what does September have in store for you. So we're going to start with this card over here, which is going to give us our theme for the month ahead, the theme for September, and then we'll get on to the specifics over here. Right, so let's see if I can pick the card up. So, Virgo, your theme is straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Oh, I think that's very interesting. Card number 52. I love the colors. First of all, these purples, greens, and blues, really, really my kind of color. What we've got, okay, and I know it's probably not easy to see on camera, but there is the globe, there is the earth over there, and we have this angelic masculine energy sitting on top. There is another world there, but we've got the blue versus the green. So, and it shows you that he's jumping between the two. He's got one hand pointing up with his wing, and he's got his other wing down. He's looking up. He's sitting on this globe, but he's looking up at that one. And that's why they talk about straddling between worlds, or straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And I think it's really what I'm interpreting, what I'm hearing, what I'm getting from this particular card for all of you Virgo energy is that you may find September where you're trying to find your place, where you're trying to find where you fit in, where you're trying to find, what is your reality, what fits your needs, wants, and desires, what feels right for you, and most importantly, where do you want to be? Okay, where do you want to be? Where are you heading in your life? Where are you going? So you may find yourself jumping between a couple of options, a couple of realities, a couple of situations, trying to find your space, trying to find where you belong. The other thing that I really want to say with this card, it's about, when you talk about people having, one foot on either side of the fence, that's really what this card is saying. And maybe that's how we need to live. Maybe that's what's important for you. Maybe that's something that you need to factor in. Because one thing's for certain, with everything that's happening in the world, with everything that's happening with you, with me, with everybody at the moment, we cannot go back to where we were. So maybe what this card is actually saying is that that's old reality and this is new reality. Maybe that's the old way of doing things and this is the new way of doing things. And maybe this is where we are. So maybe we are transitioning. Maybe we are changing from one reality to another, or one realm to another. And I think that that's quite important. I also want to say to you, obviously the rest of the cards are going to give more clarity on what you're dealing with, what you're going through, and what's happening. But I want to say that one thing's for certain, we can't go back. Okay, one thing's for certain is we cannot go back to the way things used to be. Our entire universe has shifted and changed. Our reality is so different, and we can't go back as much as we may want some kind of a normal. But I think it's important to recognize there's no going back. So we have to, at the moment, we're still bouncing between the two realities. We're still trying to figure out which one feels right. But going backwards is not an option. We have to move forward. Okay, I do think that's quite important. And I think this is Spirit basically saying to you that as much as you are straddling, as much as you are bouncing between, as much as you're trying to navigate all of this, you are in control. You're the one that actually makes the decision as to what your reality is and where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing. So straddling worlds make sense to me, and I do think the rest of the cards are going to give us a lot more clarity and a lot more understanding of what this is talking about. So Virgo, let's have a look. We're going to go into these three cards across the top here. And these three cards, we're going to start off with this one, which is looking at your emotions. So in the month of September, on an emotional level, what is it that you're dealing with? What is it that you're going to be facing? Very interesting. Okay, so we've got straddling two worlds, and now we've got the Two of Swords, card 52. We've got the twos coming through, but what is important is the options, okay? Because for me, two is about duality, but it's also about two polar opposites. Here we have the two polar opposites in the planets, and basically with this Two of Swords, you can see that she has no face, but she's holding two faces, and she's trying to decide, right, which is the appropriate face for the situation that she's in right now. And she will then decide which of the two faces that she's going to be putting on. On an emotional level, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be still carrying your old face and your new face. Gosh, if anybody listens to this without context, it's going to sound so crazy. But really, Virgo, that's the truth, isn't it? It's about recognizing old face, new face. And because of this transition and change that we're going through, that you're going through right now, sometimes during the month of September, sometimes you're going to have to put on the old face. And then there are going to be more times where you're going to need to put on or want to put on the new face. One thing you have to understand is that you do have the two, okay? On an emotional level, there's definitely these two aspects to who you are, and you are bouncing between. So emotionally, in the month of September, there's not going to be the word I want to use is consistency, but that's the wrong word, okay? There's not going to be the simple, easy, plain. It's going to be complex, and you're going to be juggling. You're going to be bouncing between bouncing between realms, bouncing between realities, until such time as we have completely transitioned over to the new reality, in which case we can let go of the old mask and just keep the new mask. So the Two of Swords is also the card that says that sometimes we don't really want to face our reality. And on an emotional level, I do think this absolutely needs to happen for you during the month of September. So Virgo, we are saying to you, Spirit are saying to you, recognize that we're in progress. There is process taking place. We are shifting, evolving, and changing from one reality to another. And it's important that you recognize which is the appropriate face for the situation as the situations present themselves. All right. I think that's quite interesting indeed. Now we're going to have a look at your finances. All right, so we've looked at emotions, we've looked at your emotional connection to others, and now we're going to look at your money and your finances. So what does Spirit need you to know? Okay, so we're sticking with the suit of swords, and the swords is the suit of intellect, of thinking, of mindsets. So there's definitely a theme that's developing here. But what we've got here with our finances is the Eight of Swords. And if we look at the card, she is bound. Okay, so the camera perspective is quite off in this particular picture. So imagine she's standing there and we're looking at it from a higher perspective. So that's why it looks like she's going into a point. She's bound, she's blindfolded, she feels as if she's trapped, she feels as if she's blocked and caged. But the truth of the matter is, she isn't. It's her own perception of the situation, because you can see the ribbon that has got her bound is loose, it's flying free. So all she has to do is put a bit of effort in and she can free herself. So financially, what this is saying to you, Virgo, is that you might feel tight, trapped, stuck, restricted, limited, okay, all of those words. You may feel that during the month of September, but the truth is, if you actually just took a minute, decided on which reality you're looking at, look at it honestly, truthfully, look at the situation head on, I think you would see that your situation is not as dire and not as bad as you are perceiving it to be. But because you're wandering between two realms, and I do think this is very much a mindset, because the Eight of Swords says to you that you are your own worst enemy, that your perception of your reality is incorrect and you are seeing things in the wrong light. And wandering between realms is telling you that maybe we need to start shifting our mindset. What is important? Do we need to have a million extra spare lying in the bank, or do we just need enough to exist and to survive? Where is happiness? How does happiness fall into that? And I think this is the reality that's shifting, and this is where we're coming from. And you are going through that transition of not always stressing about things that you have no control over, and rather just being grateful for whatever it is that you have, even if it isn't wonderful, amazing, and excessive. You know, excessive isn't always good. Yeah, listen to that. Excessive isn't always good. But in all honesty, Virgo, you are your own worst enemy when it comes to your finances. The way that you're judging yourself, judging your situation, looking at it. You know, if we just tweak and adjust a little bit, you're going to find that you have a lot more freedom than you realize that you have. But again, we understand that the whole month you're going to be going between these two realities, between these things of feeling as if you have enough, then feeling like you don't, then feeling like you're okay, then feeling like you're not. It's going to be this up and down, because we are straddling worlds, straddling realities, emotions, and trying to actually redefine who and what we are. Okay, so emotionally, you're going to be juggling those masks, switching between them, switching between the realities, and with your finances, it's going to be very much the same. Now we're going to have a look at this card over here, and Virgo, this card has got to do with your health and well-being. So taking care of your physical body. Let's see what Spirit want to say. The card we have there is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a very interesting card. So here you can see he has gone to, I'm going to call it the edge of the land, okay? And he is waiting for his ship to come in. There is a decision that's been made, and the decision is, I want to go. I'm moving to the next place. I'm moving on in life. I'm going on the next adventure. But obviously I can't do it until the ship arrives. So he's been waiting patiently for the ship to arrive, and here it comes. So it's about waiting for the right moment before embarking on the journey. So from a health and wellness point of view, what this card is saying to you, Virgo, is that you know what you need to do. These decisions have been made. You know what what tweaks, adjustments, and changes you need to adopt, but it's just a case of, I almost want to say procrastination and just waiting and waiting. It's like saying I'll start the diet on Monday, but we're not specifying which Monday it is. So the Three of Wands is saying to you, you already know what needs doing. It's just a case of the time is now. Your ship has arrived. The time is now to initiate the next phase, the next stage, the next part of your development, of your health and well-being. So this is telling you that you've been waiting, you've been in pause, you've been holding back, and it's definitely time to start initiating. So going back to straddling worlds, as far as your health and well-being goes, you've probably been in rest mode, in pause mode, in hold back mode. And consider this, the push from spirit, that it's time to move. It's time to jump from the one to the other. Take control of your health and well-being. Be more in control of what you're putting into your body, what you're taking out of your body, all of those kind of things. Be more mindful, but it is definitely time to change, okay? The way that you have been living, operating, and taking care of yourself, I don't want to say it's not good enough, but it's definitely time for adjustments, okay? We are in between, and it's time to shift into the next reality, into the next one. Okay, Virgo, we now have 2 cards left across the bottom here. And these 2 cards, on this side here, we have the card of what you need to embrace during the month of September. And this is going to be what you need to let go of in the month of September. So let's have a look and see what we've got for you. So what to embrace? So we have got Page of Swords. Page of Swords has made quite a few appearances in September in all the TarotScopes that I've done. So, it's definitely one that is I almost want to say appropriate and applicable for everybody, because Page of Swords is about being honest with yourself, first and foremost, recognizing that you've still got a lot of learning, a lot of growth, a lot of exploration to do for yourself, about yourself, with yourself, okay? And it's about recognizing that you don't necessarily have all the answers. With this change that's happening, with this evolution that we're all going through, and that you in particular are going through at the moment, Virgo, it's about recognizing that you may not have all the answers, and that's okay. But it's about having the courage and the confidence, and I almost want to say the excitement to explore possibilities. So here she holds a sword, and that sword is ready to cut out. That sword is ready to remove anything that may potentially harm, danger her. She's looking up at the light. If you look at her hands, she's almost welcoming, she's almost embracing the light. So she's like saying, illuminate, shed light on me. Let me see the truth. Let me know the truth. Let me live the truth. Because maybe, Virgo, up until this point, maybe you haven't. Maybe you've been so blinded, these two, been so blinded by and waiting and waiting and waiting the whole time. And this is Spirit saying to you, it's time to embrace the change. It's time to reveal, let that light shine on you. Let that light illuminate you to reveal who you truly are, because it's time that we stopped wandering between realms and we picked where we're going and what we're doing and who this new you is. Okay. And then finally, what we have over here is the something that we need to let go of during the month of September. So Virgo, what do you need to let go of? Yeah, we got the Tower card. Okay, so the Tower card is the card of devastation and destruction. The Tower card is the card that says your whole world is crumbling. The world as you know it is crumbling. But the Tower card also says incredibly necessary. All right, our world needs to crumble so that we can rebuild. We needed to lose one face so that we could gain another. Okay, we needed to let go of one universe, of one realm, in order to welcome and move to another. We needed to change our perspectives. We needed to learn, grow, and adapt. And it's time. I love this. I really do. But this is telling you to let go of the drama. All right, Virgo, the Tower card here, this is what to let go of. Instead of always focusing on the negative, instead of always focusing on the problems and what's gone wrong and what's not fabulous, this is telling you to let the drama go and get excited about the reality, the shift, the changes that are coming through for you. Everything is shifting, Virgo. This is what we have to recognize. This is what we have to know. Everything is shifting. There is not a single aspect of your life that is not going to change with this evolution that's taking place around you at the moment. You are evolving every single day. You are different better than you were yesterday. So we need to let go of, we need to not hold on to the things that don't work for us. That's what this tarot card is saying. If something isn't working for you, if something is not fabulous, let it go. Do not hold on to it. Let it go. Come out of this as a brand new individual with an excitement and a passion and an enthusiasm for life that's going to allow you to evolve into bigger and better. It's time to stop straddling, and it's time to choose the destination, the path, and where you're going. I really do love this. I really do, Virgo. Alrighty, so you have yourself a fantastic month of September. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.